Hey, what's up, dudes? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. Today I wanted to talk about Pennywise because a lot of people have been curious about Pennywise for a while. He's been speculated upon to be a character in Dead by Daylight since as early as 2018 and really heavily since the It Part 2 came out. So I wanted to talk about him today. I kind of wanted to go over pretty much all the information we know about Pennywise coming to Dead by Daylight, and I want to give you guys my opinion on whether I'd like to see him and how I might like him to play. It's not going to be too long of a video, but before we get into it, I really hope if you guys do enjoy the video, you'll like the video, and for more videos like this on Dead by Daylight and fighting games, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it, and we're getting so close to 10k subscribers. But let's go ahead and jump into this. So to my surprise, the devs have actually talked about Pennywise and wanting Pennywise in the game. And that's to my surprise because they don't usually talk about it. They kind of just do it. They don't talk about it, they be about it. They just add the characters and, you know, everybody's happy. But I feel like Pennywise has been a little bit more difficult of a character because of Stephen King. But they have talked about it. So this is all the way back in 2019. This is the last official information we've had on anything to do with Pennywise and Dead by Daylight. It was back on Monday, December 23rd, 2019 on Gamer Revolution, and it was an interview with the game director, Dave Richard. And the question was, what established killers from movies or otherwise would you like to be able to add to the game in the future? And he said there are still a few candidates that we'd love to see in the Dead by Daylight roster. Personally, I would love to see Jason and Pennywise become part of the family. So he has talked about it. They have talked about it. They have discussed it. And they do want these characters in the game. Jason's a whole other story. Jason's in legal hell. We'll probably never see Jason in Dead by Daylight 1. We might get to see Jason in something like Dead by Daylight 2 or Dead by Daylight fucking 3. If they even do that. But I very heavily doubt we'll ever get Jason in Dead by Daylight 1. But Pennywise is still very likely in my opinion. We know that the devs now want him in the game. The game director wants him in the game. And I'm pretty sure Matthew, however you say his name, Cote, who, you know, runs behavior and everything else, he's a huge fan of It and horror movies, so this character is kind of like a shoo-in if they can get the rights. Now, the other piece of information, I'm not even going to show it on the screen, the only other piece of information that has been official that we know of comes from Twitter, and it's just Matthew Cote's Twitter account and the official Dead by Daylight Twitter account following Stephen King on Twitter, and that's all we have. That is legitimately all we've heard. This character has been speculated upon since around 2018, 2019, since the hype kind of got really big for It Chapter 2. People have talked about it before, but I don't think we've really had enough time to be like, okay, this character isn't coming, because I've seen a lot of people be like, okay, well, you know, this character is probably never going to come now. It's been 2 years, they've talked about it, and it's been 2 years, so we're never going to get to see this character in the game, and I don't think that's entirely true either. We've seen crazier scenarios, and what people need to understand is when it comes to some licenses, they are extremely hard to get. I don't know why with It, because I'm pretty sure Stephen King just fully owns the rights to It. I'm pretty sure that guy just fully owns the rights to everything that he created. I could be wrong, that could be misinformation, but I remember hearing that somewhere, that anybody who wants to get the rights to use his characters in anything have to go directly to him and convince him with a business sale or some shit like that. So I don't see why it's so hard to get It into Dead by Daylight unless they are just together working out the perfect way to bring him to the game, what form they want to bring him to the game in, how to get the cosmetics and everything completely right, what survivors they want to do with it. Maybe they haven't gotten to the point in Dead by Daylight where they're like, okay, we have every mechanic that we could possibly think of that we want before we add this big swan song character for the game, because I feel like it would be a swan song character for the game. You'd want to do that character right, especially if it's one of Stephen King's babies. You want to do that character right, so I believe it'd be a swan song. Maybe not in the swan song form of dying or last thing, but swan song form of this is us going all out, this is our best thing. So maybe they're just waiting to get to the point in their development where they're confident enough to do a character like Pennywise and do it justice. I don't know, but I wouldn't say that this character is impossible or never coming just because it's been 2 years and we haven't heard any information. It hasn't even technically been 2 years yet. I think it's still very likely that we could see Pennywise in the future, and personally I would love to see Pennywise. I'd say if I had to put a guess on when Pennywise was coming, we are getting pretty full on mechanics, pretty full on characters. The game is obviously kind of getting to a state where it's more balanced than it ever has been, and more balanced than it's ever really going to be because of how the foundation of the game is. And really, to fix things any further, they're gonna have to transition to a Dead by Daylight 2. So I could definitely see the end of Dead by Daylight coming within the next few years, and that's why I'm gonna bet on seeing Pennywise in the game maybe within the next year and a half. I'd say we probably see Pennywise sometime in mid-2022. That's at least what I'm hoping for, and I'm predicting. I'm going to predict, because I don't feel like, at least from their past few characters, they've kind of been in like a very safe zone when it comes to their past few characters. When it comes to Nemesis, he's a variation of Huntress and Victor's Pounce and Pyramid Head, and you know, all of them. He's a very safe character. Trickster, variation, very safe character. Charlotte was kind of out of the box, I'll give them that, but the past few characters have been very safe characters. So I don't feel like they're that confident right now in their developing and killer making abilities, and I believe if they get back to that, if they can get the game balance turned back around, and if they can get back out of this rut it seems like they're in with designing cool and interesting killers, I do believe Pennywise would be the next big step for them. But I don't feel like they're going to do that until they get out of the rut, and you know, no one really knows what puts them in a rut like this, but it's happened before. I'm very interested to see what happens with it, though. I want to know your guys' opinions in the comments down below. If I had to pick a gameplay style for a killer like Pennywise, I'd say it'd have to be something to do with shapeshifting, right? It'd have to be something to do with actually scaring the shit out of survivors, and not in the jump scare Myers way or the pig way, or you know, whatever else killer basement bubble way. Like, I'd say it'd have to be like a way to legitimately scare the shit out of survivors. Like, maybe if you get close enough with monitoring abuse and your powers, something like you pop up right in their screen, and it's not like you're like in the face of the survivor, you're in the face of the actual like player's screen, and it damages their survivor. I feel like that could be interesting, something like that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know how you like Pennywise to play. Let me know why you think Pennywise hasn't been added to the game yet, and when you think Pennywise could be added to the game. Let me know all of that in the comments down below. That's going to do it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy the video again. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tootin. I've been your host, and I'll see you dudes next time. Peace out.